Well, here, I'll show you out front, or outside. See there, Wanagi was eating that pumpkin with her food this morning because she wasn't feeling well. But we got this, you notice this? So all these cables here, this one, and then here and on both sides, this is all brand new stainless. Before it was wrapped in like this plastic sheeting, which is like these ones here. You see how it has that white plastic on it? Problem is see where it cracks and then there's rust? Well, those plastics crack and the water egresses in there, and that's what I had, and there was tons of rust, and you just can't trust them. And those are safety lines. They're meant in case you fall over, you're clipped in, and that's it. So, and then you'll notice down there we did a primer coat, and then now that's a top coat. So we're going to do a couple more top coats. I just wanted to get one done before it rained, but man, it's looking pretty good. She's looking sparkly. So, but anyways, we covered our port lights. They do leak, seep. They don't leak bad, but they seep enough that I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to keep it nice and dry with those, and then I'll take them. I don't have to do those on land. I can do those once I get in the water, and I'll just do them one at a time and work through them. So, and then here's the hatch cover. This is all primer over the, this is basically what it was, is this stuff is like a fairing compound, epoxy fairing compound. There was a hole here, and then I faired it. Then I'll sand this smooth, repaint it just like this. So this was sanded smooth and repainted. So I just need to do the final deck coat on here when I do the decks. But you can see we got nice new cables, safety lines, and then this netting all the way around the boat for...
No, Wagi. What are you doing, honey? Don't be shy, buddy. Hey, what are you doing? We'll go for a walk later. I promise. I promise we will. Because I love you. Clean those eyes. Ooh, you got ooky eyes, honey. Say hi. Okay.
On the mat, on the booms, and replacing these here. Some of them are stainless, some of them weren't. So we're going to replace those. But yeah, a bunch of little stuff got going and getting things accomplished. That's all our old parts and pieces from all this stuff. It wasn't easy. It took like 3 days. Spiders everywhere. Hey, so I wanted to share. Hand's doing much better. I can grip a little bit better. I'm getting some little things done. But I wanted to share because something huge happened this morning. As you know, I broke my hand doing my rudder. It's been a few weeks now, probably about 6-7 weeks since that happened. I've just been kind of waiting till May to get on my rudder to get it out. And so I started scraping it the other day, getting all the blade diff off, paints and all that stuff, because I'm going to have to re-epoxy fiberglass it anyways once it's out. And but it was struggle getting it out, and that's how I hurt my hand, all that. And everyone in the boatyard, a bunch of people have come and looked at it, guys with years of experience, and haven't been able to figure it out. And I had one guy next door, and he's been thinking out of for a few days, and he came over, looked at it this morning, and we started messing with it, got some metal wedges under the packing gland, and then using a gear puller, which has long arms, and then it basically can push and pull things. Rudder came out. It dropped out. I was down below because I had to pull a screwdriver out of the part that holds the skeg up. It attaches to the skeg, the rudder to the skeg. So I pulled the screwdriver out, and as soon as I did that, the rudder dropped right out of the boat. It went from us not being able to even wedge it out, and me thinking I was going to have to cut that sucker out or cut the fiberglass to get it into the gland to get it out. Holy crap, I was so much fear and whatever over how much it was going to cost and all this stuff. And Bill came over and we worked on it for a while, and it dropped right out. I'm so happy. It's got some work. I need to do some work. I may even have to replace the rudder post still, but it's not nearly what I thought it was. So, and getting it out of the boat is more than half the battle. So I'm so happy. Anyways, but let me show you. Take you over there and we'll check it out. going? Guys beat me here. Just kidding. Anyway, so here I wanted to show you this. It's why I'm smiling so much. Do you notice anything different from one of the last videos on the rudder? See that? Oh, what does that mean? That means the rudder's out. Yeah. That's so cool. Like it wasn't, we thought something was in here, a bearing or something down in there that was going to hold it tight. No one could really figure it out. And it's just this bronze on a fiberglass mount, which I'm going to have to reseal. But yeah, Bill came in, helped me, and we got it right out. So stoked. I thought I was going to have to cut that sucker out. Anyways, so we'll go down below and I'll show you the actual rudder. Give me a sec. Alright, here we go. Gonna walk down, I'll show you the rudder. Wanagi, always sleeping on the deck. You can see, here's the hatch I fixed, and I just put some paint on the epoxy. Did the same thing here too. Sanded, filled in a hole with epoxy, and then painted over it to protect it from UV. And that's what that is. I'm gonna repaint this whole deck.
Hi, buddy. What are you doing? Sunbathing?
Alright, here, let's head downstairs. I'm trying to get water on camera. Sorry about the shake, folks. Here we go. Yeah, come join us. I repainted the dinghy. You can see, put a nice nice top coat on there. I'm gonna do some more. It rained on it, but yeah. And then we'll brighten up the wood and stuff. There's the rudder, guys. Look at that. Came right out. I did some scraping already before it even came out of the boat, but there's the skeg, and then there's the rudder hull, which we're gonna clean out. And but hell yeah, look at that. You don't know what a weight off my whatever you want to say from that. I'm just so stoked how we got that out of there. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. Anyways, but that's it. I'm heading back up in the boat. We got some other projects we've been working on.
Hey, honey, did you wake up?
Yeah. Good girl. Yeah. So, kind of on a slant here. Make a little weird camera angle. Is it? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not too bad. So I just wanted to share because I had a great experience and I want to be able to reflect on this. So I had a really cool experience happen, and it's only cool because I acknowledge it, because I knew before it happened how it would play out, or at least wishfully I knew, because I've done this multiple times and had the results always the same. And yet I go back into my human condition, or whatever the frick you want to call it, and I forget the simple things. It's funny. Anyways, I thought I'd zoom in a little bit. Oh, whoa. Hey, ow. Okay. We got this thing figured out yet. Okay. Boom. Back brace. Got a little back support. Yo. Got a little back support. Ow. This is your 3D YouTube channel experience, 3D live at WanagiAndMe. Woo! Anyways, we had some great things happen today with that rudder coming out of the boat this morning. It was amazing. And it wasn't just because it came out that was so amazing. It was amazing because not only my friend next door, I asked for help, but he didn't expect anything. And he came over today and took the time to look at it and come up with a plan of action. And as soon as that happened, it just clicked and it came right out. But I wanted to share more about that experience because I have a friend going through some major things, a good friend that I've had my whole life. As a young kid in high school, man, we were best friends. And he's going through a lot. But anyways, everyone is in life, but it reminds me of things, and his trauma or catastrophe of his life that he's going through right now has shaken his world and helped him to remove some of the facade that gets put up by us to just maneuver our way through this world, I guess it is. I don't know. But what I'm talking about is that I really got to a point a couple weeks ago when I broke my hand working on the rudder that I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. And, you know, I've had even thoughts of like, am I going to be able to do this boat thing, or is it just too much for me? My disability, too many spine surgeries, I'm too broken up. That what am I going to do, you know? But the reality is what am I going to do? Because I don't have a home. I mean, what am I going to leave the boat and go live on the street or live in my car? That's ridiculous. And so I really need to make this work. And so, you know, I'm challenged with just projects that are on this boat, because I'm challenged just knowing how to do things. I'm challenged with physically, my back and my hand and other things. I've had 4 spine surgeries, 2 fusions here and 3 surgeries down here in my lumbar area. And so I'm pretty thrashed. I've had I'm 53. I just had a hard life. And it was an awesome life, though. I mean, kiteboarding, skiing, wakeboarding, water skiing, surfing, hiking. I mean, holy mackerel, fighting fire. Like, I've done some crazy stuff, but I paid for it now. So what I'm saying is I ramble a lot. So what I wanted to share about was that I just have gotten to a point. I mean, I broke my hand on the rudder. I was just not getting anywhere, and everyone I asked to come look at it and see what they thought just didn't have a solution. And these guys got 40 plus years of boat experience, sailing and fixing boats and working on boats. So if they're not getting it, I was in fear that how am I going to get it? So I just, I needed to take a break too. I've been here since October, and I've been overwhelmed with how many projects I have on this boat, because every time I do a project, I find 3 or 4 more. And they're not necessarily things I need to get done before I put the boat in the water, but it's my boat, and I want it to be nice, and I'm already on the hard. And you guys know, if you've been out on the hard, it's hard to get off the hard, because it's like, well, I could fix this too. And it comes to a point where you got to drop the hammer and just say, these are the things I need to get done to get in the water, and then I'll take care of the rest in there. And so this has been this whole process I've gone through the last few weeks with my hand down. I've taken some time for myself, slowed my things down, done small little things around the boat, tried to do at least 1 project a day so I was moving forward, but obviously taking a break. And God, I freaking ramble. Shit. Let's try one more time and I'll get to the point. So anyways, the point is that I got to a point after everything with this rudder. I had gotten to a brick wall a wall I couldn't get over, or because of fear was weighing me down. And so in action, even I was scraped the rudder the other day, just trying to do something like to combat the fear. Because I'd go in that stern cabin, which is where the rudder post comes up through the boat, and I'd just stare at that whole assembly there and just mind-boggled at how I was going to get that thing out. I've hit it with a sledgehammer for 20, 30 minutes. I've done muric acid. I did heat. I mean, I was prying it down below. I had guys in there looking at it, trying to come up with an idea of what it could possibly be. And anyways, it got solved, but what I did is just last week, I got to the point, my friend was going through what he was going through, and a real major. Okay, I'm going to get to the point here. All right, so I'm going to get to the point. Yeah, sure I will. Anyways, the point is that I got the rudder out. It's been a long haul, like 6 weeks now I've been working on it. Broke my hand in the process, had to take breaks from it. Working it out in the mind even, just over 6 weeks. How am I going to do this? Is it going to work? Is it going to break me financially, physically? Like, is this it? Doom. And so I just got to a point, I just slowed myself down, let my hand heal, did small projects around the boat, looked at it, but didn't let it get to that point where it was overtaking me with fear, and just let it ride. And I started resonating in the fact that maybe just letting it go will let it'll allow the boat to let the rudder go. If I can let go of all this force I've got going towards this rudder, breaking my hand physically, emotionally, and mentally on this rudder, how the heck would I expect that rudder to come out of the boat? Like, seriously, it's not gonna happen. And so I took this past week, I took a couple weeks, but this past week it's really been moving my mind to letting it go. Not making it come out, not getting it out, not about getting it out, not about anything, but letting it go and letting the ease of it be. Like literally putting that out there that the boat is just gonna let it out. That frozen shit in the cow is gonna thaw out and slide out. Whew. And I did that last week. And then not walked away. I scraped the rudder this week and just was like, I'll just do what I can do and get to the point. And it'll either work or it won't. I don't have to worry about that, but I'll just keep moving. And I'll release my mind of it. Like like claws. And I did that last week. Today my buddy came over, got in there. He knows what he's doing. It isn't a simple thing, but he moved it around, he visualized what was going on, and he came up with a couple solutions, and we just started on it. And we used a puller, and then he got some wedges in there, and moving it around, he could see the gapping was moving as he moved the rudder post in the boat. And so he figured it was bent, so there's going to be a point where he could move it to, where it was the best point where there'd be the most even spacing around that, and it would drop out. I was down below, I released the screwdriver from the skeg holder. There's like a bronze point on the rudder that connects to the skeg. And I pulled that out, and I was just sitting there, and we just moved it, and it went out. It dropped so fast I didn't catch it. I'm lucky I didn't break my foot. It got a little ding on it. It can be fixed, fiberglass, no big deal. But the whole thing dropped out. Like that. Like so fast. I was a firefighter my whole life. Explosions, surprises. I'm not one to be dumbfounded. And I was absolutely dumbfounded because at that moment, I was down there. I had released it all. I wasn't in tension about it. Bill and I was expressing verbally to him that, Joe, it's cool. I just appreciate you helping me right now, man. Taking your time with me and helping guide the process, and it'll happen or it won't, and we'll get to it. Like my whole attitude had changed from last week, and that refocusing. And Bill's got that kind of air about him too, just naturally. He's a good guy. He's giving me some really nice white sage bundles, smudge to burn and stuff for my boat. And he was up in the stern working on that rudder, moving the stuff, and I was down below. Like I said, at that moment it just dropped. I laughed. I just started laughing and stood there, watched it hit the ground, and just with my I didn't move for like probably 10 or 15 seconds, just going, oh, that just really happened. Anyways, I wanted to share that. And I know I ramble, but it was such an amazing experience. And I gave my buddy a couple $100, $300. It was 15 minutes, 20 minutes of his time, but he's got a lot of experience and wisdom. And so that was important. But his time and effort that he took, that he didn't expect anything in return from me, just to help a guy out. And I was really suffering, and he knew that, and he saw that. Just really wrapping my mind around what was going to happen with that thing. And so I wanted to reward his kindness, his consideration, his wisdom, his experience, and his humanism and empathy for my situation, because that's huge. And yeah, I need to find that again, the care of my fellow man. And that's why I got this boat, and the idea was to go to these places where I could get to the, people who don't have what a lot of us have in those Western countries. And I'm on disability and I don't have a lot of money, but I do have a home now, and I have a lot of people that care about me, and I care about a lot of people. Anyways, I don't want to get all mushy on you, but I just had a great experience. Life is cool. I got a buddy who's going through a huge thing right now, and he's having a great experience. The curtains are being pulled from his eyes. It's amazing, and he'll get through this, and I'll get through what I got to get through, and just rad. But thanks for supporting my channel. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Leave comments down below. Share your experiences if you've had some cool experiences lately of having curtains removed from your eyes, or where you just let go of things, or whatever you want to share. I don't care, but I do care because I want to hear from you. But thanks for checking out my channel, and yeah, more to come. See ya. More to come in the future. Hopefully we'll be in the water by summer.